be probably through one or two too many Scotch and Cokes, but I mean, nowadays we look on things differently.
Is that one of the reasons why you survived? You think that you've become that more clever?
I don't know about clever. It's more streetwise, I think, is what you do. And experience, you know, is a great thing. You really do learn to make things seem a little bit more, you know, I think it's like watching, if you watch a good musician and it seems effortless, it's like watching a good football player. And I mean, I stumble around on the field trying to imitate other players. There's no way I can do it, but they've been doing it all their life. Professional players, they practice and make the hard things look easy. And those are the skills, I think, of being on the road for a long time.
We're gonna race it to the ground. Nobody gonna take my car. We're gonna break the speeding down. Oh, it's a killer machine. It got everything. Like a driving power, big fat tires and everything. I love it. I need it. I feel it. Yeah, turn me on. All right. Hold tight.
What made rock go hard rock, you think?
It's a combination of things. I think probably we found our feet as writers for a start off. We weren't copying other people's songs, and we'd all been around for a few years. And after the Beatles and Bob Dylan, etc., everyone started working on writing their own material. Then, of course, Jimi Hendrix came along, Vanilla Fudge, people like that. And most British artists up until that time had been still a little bit constrained. It was a natural British trait to sort of not let yourself entirely go, you know. I think that suddenly we found that we could become uninhibited. And so we let loose all this years of pent-up emotion and energy, and suddenly it went the other way. And with a newfound confidence, plus, again, a certain amount of experience. With Purple, certainly, it was a question of two units blending together. There was Richie, John and Ian, who had already been together with the original Purple lineup, with Rod Evans and Nick Simpler. And Roger and I joined from another band, and so we came in not as individuals, but almost as a unit. Me as a singer, him as a bass player, but as a writing team. So we were there delivering tunes and words together. So the chemistry was quite easy to work out. It was just two units blending together. And all that gives you confidence, and with confidence you've got everything.
What do you think made the term hard rock? Was it just a matter
like you.
You never thought of it within the band you just played?
You know, we were called underground rock, progressive rock, hard rock was just another one of those names, and I think the press picks up on things as later years, you know, heavy metal and all that sort of thing. It's not the sort of thing that musicians set out to describe themselves as. You don't set out to describe, we never did anyway. We didn't want to be a certain kind of band. Most bands would like to have the identity afforded to individual artists, solo artists. They would like to be perceived as being a living, creative, moving procreative thing. But it's very difficult. With bands, they kind of get locked into the labels, and you're pigeonholed then forever, really. And you have to fight very hard to create a new perception. If you're a solo artist, you can do a bit of this and a bit of that. We found after Deep Purple in rock, we did a thing called Fireball, which is my personal favourite record that Purple ever made. But people freaked out. They said, no, you've got to, oh, this is, poof, no, you've got to be a hard rock band. So we came back and did Machine Head, which was back on the road again. And that's what people seem to like. So I think we go and explore the countryside from time to time, but every now and again you've got to get back on the freeway.
This is one of the older ones we used to do. A song about a man who was a friend of ours, and it's also a true story. This fella's mixed up with this really evil bird, you know, and he's, well, she gives him a hard time. They get married, and a few days later she dies. And this is the story of it. We'd like to tell you now. A song called Strange Kind of Woman, this one. There once was a woman, a strange kind of woman, the kind that gets written down in history. Her name was an empty, her face was a fancy. She left a trail of happiness and misery. Everybody loved her. She loved her, everyone, and gave her good return. I tried to take her, I even tried to break her. Said I ain't gonna make her, won't you ever learn? I want you, I need you, I gotta be near you. I spent my money and I took mine. I want you, I need you, I gotta be near you. Oh, got a strange kind of woman, yeah. She looks like a raver, but I could never please her. Wednesday morning, boy, you can't go far. I couldn't get her, but things got better, she said. Saturday night from now, well, baby, you're my star. I want you, I need you, I gotta be near you. I spent my money and I took my turn. I want you, I need you, I gotta be near you. Oh, got a strange kind of woman.
It's incredible, Ian, that what you and the band started out have influenced so many bands later on.
Yes. I've had it said many times,
Yeah.
you know, that Purple was a great influence. But I think if you look at that period, there were 2 or 3 bands that were of enormous influence over the years. Purple was one, certainly. Zeppelin, obviously. Black Sabbath. I think if you listen to the grunge stuff coming out of Seattle over the last year, and then go and play some old Tony Iommi licks, you'll find an awful lot of similarity. Free, of course, were another band that influenced people over the years. But I think it goes to show the diversity of the influences that were there during our formative years. Everything from American pop music, blues, folk music, jazz, country and western, and then, of course, when the keyboard players started getting involved, you've got the classical influence, and the whole thing was just an amalgam of all the things that had frustrated us and influenced us over the years. And then as times went on, you got reggae and other forms of influence coming, Latin American music. And all of these things just exploded to make rock music something that I really thought would never die. You know? And I think to this very moment in my life, that even though it's been through some wobbly stages, it's still very much alive. We've just finishing this tour now in Scandinavia, and it's been the most sensational audiences. And I think most of the average age has been under 25 years, and that's very encouraging for the future.
Sweet child inside, you'll see the line that's drawn between the good and the bad. See the blind man, he's shooting at the world. The bullets flying, oh, they're taking toll. If you've been bad, Lord, I bet you have. And you've not been hit, you've not been hit by flying lead. You'd better close
to this concert in Copenhagen in '73. In Metallica, there's a Danish drummer, Lars Ulrich. You know about Metallica.
Yeah, I know the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his
I know
first.
Lars, yeah.
Yes, that was his first rock concert ever.
Was that really?
Yes, it was. And Fireball was his first rock album, first album he ever bought. I mean, that's just to name one that started here.
I went to see Metallica in Munich at the Olympic Hall in Munich. Well, it doesn't seem long ago, about a year ago now, while we were recording The Battle Rages On, and it was a great show. Yes, it's nice to hear. It makes you feel kind of as if you've been around forever, you know, but there you are, still trying to write new things and still trying to be involved in something that has some relationship to your reaction with life, you know.
Right, but there you also are now, Ian, with heavy competition. I mean, going back to there, I mean, you were up there in rock, no doubt about it. But today there's, I mean, bands sneaking in on you.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it that was a time that was very special, and that was our time. And I think probably one of the great values is that the music has stood the test of time. I mean, it still has some interest now. If you look back on it, some value. We shall see in another 25 or 30 years' time what stands the test of time from today. I think that'll be interesting.
Will you be up here on a stage in 25 years' time?
Well, I'm not going to be banging my head and whatever. That'll be just too embarrassing for everyone. But I think, as I said earlier, the influences that we had when we were kids are broadly based. And so we find that the music is not only hard rock, but it's also gentle. You know, when we were listening to music, Buddy Holly and the Everly Brothers were just as important in rock terms as Fats Domino and Little Richard and Elvis Presley. And their music was very gentle and very soft. And I think there's an awful lot of room in rock for emotion and dynamics and texture and color. And I think the more control you have over the dynamics, the more strength and power you're going to generate. I mean, one of the things about Purple is that they always held back and had the power under control, even though they were reputed to be the loudest band in the world. I think that was just an accident.
And we see the speakers around us. They
we just got a small rig in today.
Yeah, they assure us that these are the largest speakers they've ever had here in Valby Hallen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's only because most of them don't work, I think. Okay.
Now you have to sing Purple songs. You have to fit into this unit. How about your solo career? Will you resume on that later on, or?
Yep. I've got about 3 projects at the moment which are nearing completion, all of which I'm very excited about. I don't want to start waving flags yet because it's too soon to talk about, but I'm very busy with other projects at the moment. And as soon as this particular purple thing is taking a break or stopping for a while, then I've got more work than I know how to fit in, yeah.
But do you think the purple will only be breaks, that you'll be joining the band from time, the band will be together from time to time?
Well, I hope so. I think that's the way it should go now, because it's always, if everyone takes it so seriously,
yeah.
and if it's just as the only thing in our lives, as a career, then I think the focus is too sharp, you know, and I think we need to relax and enjoy ourselves a little more. And as I said earlier, the race is over now. Let's just enjoy it, and let's just accept what purple is without... I don't think it's necessary to compete, you know. I never subscribe to the Rock Olympics, who can play louder, sing higher, play faster, and all that sort of thing. That never had much interest for me, but the histrionics of rock are well documented. And they are, of course, a part of it, the show side of it, you know, the drama side of it, the theatrical side of it. It's very passionate, and I think people want to see that. But there's another side, too. There's an intimacy that people want to be touched as well in other ways. I like to. I'm a rock fan. That's why I'm here. That's the number one reason why I'm doing it. It's because I love music. So we should see.
secret about, and Richie speaks about it, that, I mean, being together for so many years, of course, people do get tired of each other within the band, and there might be frictions every once in a while. But not larger than you can sort them out, or what?
They're normally much larger than we can sort out, yeah. They're normally enormous. I think that it would be provocative or inflammatory to go into any great detail at the moment, but let's say that it's always been difficult working with Richie. I don't know what goes on in his mind. I used to worry about it, but I don't anymore.
Not after all these years.
No. He's just weird.
Okay. But he's some demon on stage, isn't he?
Well, yeah, when he chooses to be, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Purple expand a little more in terms of dynamics and texture. I'd like to see John Lord more involved in the creative side. I'd like to see the band stretch out a little more. Not in panic, but in joy. But I would say this album has a direction. Certainly the production is a vast improvement on anything I've been involved with in Purple before. And I think the production gives a platform for the songs. Some of them I'm very pleased with. One Man's Meat, Solitaire, The Battle Rages On, Anya, and Ramshackle Man, and Twist in the Tail. I like all those songs very much indeed.
Okay.
Got it.
The way you talk about Purple now being so positive seems that there still are some years ahead within the band.
One way or the other.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, Ian.
Maybe you find on the way.